Hi there, Phil Simborg, USBGF Teaching Pro with a checker play question for you. Red to play 6-3. It is 11 away, normal match score, and the cube is in the center. And we have a very, very common problem of how to play your checkers here. Let me sum it up musically for you.
Should I stay or should I go now? Should I stay or should I go now? If I go there will be trouble, and if I stay it will be double. Come on and let me know.
So let me know, should I stay or should I go? Do you break the anchor? Do you run with the 6-3 off of your 22 point, or do you stay? What do you think? To help you with the race, if you can't read it, the race is blue has 146 and red has 139 before the roll. Red is up in the race, up 7. That's generally a hint that you should race. When you're up in the race, race. It's not always true. The right answer here is clearly you should race. You should go. You're up in the race, so race. It's a 22% blunder to stay. Now, how do you know when it's right to stay and when it's right to go? Should I go or should I stay now? Well, again, the race is just one of the major factors. There's other factors, and I've summed them up in a list of what I think are the key factors that tell you whether or not you should race or stay in an anchor. The race is number 1, timing. Who's likely to break first or crash or leave a shot first if you stay or if you go? Well, let's look at the position again. If you were to stay here, your only logical other play would be to bring these two checkers down from the 13. And it looks like he's got plenty of spares here and a checker here. And it looks like that you're going to get into trouble before him if you wait. Because he's losing the race, he has more timing. He has more time to hold these points. And you're more likely to either have to break this point or run later, when you can get into even more trouble because these 4 checkers aren't just going to stay here. They're going to come down and become really good builders to pound you when you do leave with the other checker. So that's another reason why you might leave, because his timing is better. He's less likely to leave a shot later. Enemy board strength and your own board strength is a factor. In this case, you both have 3-point boards. It's about even. So that isn't going to really tell you in this position strongly which way to go. But the ammunition for your enemy to attack the remaining checker is a major telltale sign in this position. If you run, he can point on you with a 5-5 or a 5-3. There's only 2 numbers that can attack you. And most likely, if he hits you loose, you're going to come in. You come in with 3 points open. You come in with any 1, 2, or 3. Most of you should know that's 27 times or 75% of the time. And you might hit him back if he hits you loose. So you're probably not in that much danger by running as far as being attacked. It certainly is going to get worse when blue brings another checker down into here. And just even adding 1 checker adds a lot more risk to running later. What about diversion if there's checkers on the bar or blots to clean up? Well, that doesn't apply to this situation. How good or bad is the alternative play? That's a very important thing that most people think about. In this case, the alternative play, there's no other play unless you want to leave shots, which I don't think makes any sense, than breaking your midpoint. When you do that, not only are you giving up outfield control, which means that blue is free to start splitting checkers back here, which makes it easier for him to prime you and to spread his checkers out so that if you do leave later on, he's going to get more shots at you. That's one problem with the alternative play. The other problem is that you're up in the race. You would love to have this as a place to connect to. With 9s, you can now come out to here, or even if you only come out with 7 or 8, if you don't get hit, then the next roll you can come out here to safety. So you sort of need that for a landing place. And the last item is how cubes and gammons come into a play. And here the cube is always on the back of your mind. It should be in the front of your mind. If you're successful in getting these 2 checkers out in racing, and you stay up this much in the race, you will certainly have a cube pretty soon. If you play both checkers off the 13 point, it's going to be a long time. You're going to have to roll double 4s or double 6s before you're going to see an opportunity where you're going to be able to give this cube anytime soon? Well, one of the ways to really test the position is to change it and show how it turns the other way. Here's a simple change that we can make. If we take 2 checkers off of blue's 13 point and put them here, now it's going to be right to stay. Now you're really not up in the race. He has many, many checkers to attack you. He has 1, 2, 3, 4 places to point on you from. If all doubles plays, that's 16 numbers. Now doubles 2 doesn't play, and double 3 doesn't make a point. So right off the bat, we know there's about 14 numbers that point on you if you leave. That's a lot of numbers, and of course a lot of numbers that just hit loose to attack you. So there's all kinds of reasons to stay here instead of run. The alternative play of breaking the midpoint is still not a thrilling play for you, but it's not so bad because timing-wise, he's stiff. He's the one that's going to leave you shots first. What happens when he rolls his next 6 or 5? Something's got to give from here, here, or here. So everything here, and mainly the most important thing is you're not up in the race. You're down by 1 pip. It's close, but racing isn't your best game plan. Waiting for a shot is a better game plan. So here, as you can see, it becomes a 20% error to go the other way. Well, again, let's change it some more. What if we only moved 1 checker from here to here? Now he doesn't have quite so much to attack, and now the race, you're still winning the race a little bit, and now the play, as you would expect, is closer. It still swings towards running a little bit better because of the timing and because you're up in the race, but it isn't as huge as before. It isn't in the 20 percentile mistake to do the other play. I'm sure we could mess these checkers around and move them around a little bit one way or another to find out where we're right on the edge. And that's something that's really a clever way to really see where it might be better to stay than to run. For example, if this checker were here, now the race isn't quite so good. Now you've got a little bit more flexibility to stay back. And as you would suspect, look at the difference. The difference between racing and staying is 0.004. In fact, we can't even trust this number. We have to roll it out. This is 3-ply. You would highlight these and roll these out. For now, I'll just do plus. But you really don't know. I found the edge position. So lots of people, they think that when they see a position that's right up, forget about it and go on to the next one. But look what happened. It isn't really on the edge when you go to plus. It turns out it's still quite a bit better to race. This illustrates something else. This illustrates that you can't, as I just did, rely on 3-ply to give you reliable information. You have to go to at least plus, and in some positions maybe plus plus or even a full rollout. So here, I really didn't get to the edge. We're still better off racing than staying back. Maybe I have to go to here. And here, again, 3-ply shows it close. We'd have to do a rollout. So I think the major takeaway from this lesson is this screen right here that gives you the basic criteria. And if you practice and apply these criteria to different positions, number 1, the race, the timing, board strength, ammunition to be attacked for your remaining checker, whether there's checkers on the bar that might make it a good time for you to run or a worse time for you to run, and looking at the alternative play, and then always keeping the cube and gammons in mind as well as wins and losses. I hope this was interesting for you. These I have added to and subtracted items over the years. I've gotten lots of help from some very, very top players. I'm putting these criteria together, and I think you'll find that if you understand the use of these criteria and keep these criteria in mind, you will always come closer to making the right decision, and often make the right decision. At least you probably won't blunder too much. But these are your variables in this very, very common kind of problem. Should I stay or should I go? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.